Yeah, hello, Kateryna Sokolova, our partner in the Media Dialogue project since starting shortly after Maidan from the Institute of Journalism, University of Kyiv, our big partner with so much students talking about democratic values, democratic development in Ukraine, all the problems in Ukraine, all the pressure of Russian propaganda, and all the steps we have to make Europe in peace. And now the war starts, this Russian Putin aggression against a peaceful Ukraine started. And I think that is a real shock for all of us in Europe, not completely unexpected. We know there was a war for 10 years in Donbass, with thousands of dead Ukrainian soldiers and also Russian soldiers on both sides, dead young people dying again, and dying for what? What's the situation in Kyiv, and what's the situation with you at the university and so on? What's happening now? What are you doing? What are your feelings? I think that's important to transmit, to transport, to broadcast this also to our audience in Germany and Europe.
Yeah, well, today was a hard morning. Emotionally hard, I think, for a lot of people here in Kyiv. And some people, they woke up at 4 a.m. Some people woke up at 5 a.m. because of the alarms in the city, because of the shelling, because of the explosions. But like okay, so people, of course, were shocked. They didn't expect that at all. Like, they didn't believe it till the last moment, I think. Like, they were believing that it's just, the panic creation by the Western media, some fakes maybe, but in the morning they realized that, like, this is the true situation. And it's Facebook, Ukrainian Facebook, it's just it is filled with the messages. It's mostly about the casualties in Kyiv and in other cities, but also with some words to our to the Russian citizens, to our Russian acquaintances, with this, with the they just people just ask Russian people to go on the streets and to protest against the war. I'm not sure that it will work, like how Russian people, or what attitude they have toward the situation. But at least our people are trying to spread these messages. Most people, they are trying to inform international society as much as they can. Like, I am myself sending the messages. You've seen one. I mean, I'm sharing the stories. I'm sharing the information about what's happening. And it's very hard to believe, like that in 21st century you still see the war happening. And for me, the most difficult part is that I made my mom come to Kyiv to escape the war. She once went through all of it when people who were voting on the referendum, they escaped like the rats from the ship from the occupied regions, and my mom had to stay there. And she was hiding in the basement. Like, she wasn't voting in this process, but she had to stay there, and she had to hide for other people who made the choice and who ran away. And she came in 2015 to Kyiv, and she said in the morning today, she was crying. She was crying, and she said, like, I've never thought that it will come here, like that it will spread here. I've never thought that it is possible. And of course, she was very upset with Putin. She said, like, when will he stop? Like it's impossible to believe. But considering the society, the Ukrainian society, I think, okay, some people panic, but some people are like me. You know, I woke up today and I thought that, yeah, I mean, this is my country, and like, where shall I live? How shall I behave? And I mean, I'm just, I'm surprisingly calm. And most of my colleagues, they are also calm. And our rector, thanks to him, he gathered people, he gathered the community, he gathered the deans of the faculties and the directors of the institutes, and he had a meeting with them. He just calmed them down. He said that everything is okay, everything is working. He released the decree about this special situation that we're having, that we are still working, that we need to communicate with the students because they are stressed. Some of them, they leave Kyiv, they go to some other regions, to their families, and we need to support them as much as we can. So we had a meeting with the faculty members, with the colleagues, and okay, we are supporting each other as much as we can. So at this time, at this moment, I can say that everything is okay. We shouldn't speak about the location, the location of the Ukrainian troops, because it can change the tactics, the strategy of the enemy, or of the attacks. So they can change the plan. And okay, so of course people are filming what's going on, and in Facebook you can see how people are filming the shelling, the attacks from Belarus. Okay, so the latest news is that Hostomel was attacked, and Vyzhhorod is not far from Kyiv, was also attacked by the helicopters, by Russian helicopters. The good news is that in Luhansk region, seven Russian airplanes were shot by our army. And in general, our army constantly posts in all possible media that we do not have to worry, like we need to stay calm and we need to be ready. People are releasing the guidelines how to behave in this situation. So we have all special documents and recommendations, maybe the support of international community. So by now, I would say that it's fine. But the most dangerous thing at the moment is panic. This emotional wave, when some people, they just cannot control, of course, themselves, and it's very hard to tell how would people who came from Donbas, for example, how would they behave? Because my mom today, she had an attack. She had to take pills, so she was so stressed. Like it was hysterical, So I do not know how it will develop, but hopefully we will not be forced to leave the country. This is what worries me the most at the moment.
Yeah, this is very impressive, your words. We know the situation. Also in our common project, we had a lot of contacts also to Donbas. You are coming from Donbas region with your mom. Your mom made a very impressive interview on YouTube. It's watchable on YouTube about how it all began in the Donbas region. So we are in the seams, and I think now whole Europe has to wake up. What's happening in Russia, what's happening with the Putin aggression system. And this really, I think this is a date, not only the black date, Black Thursday for Ukraine. This is a black date for Europe and even the world. Here something is happening which completely changes a lot of things, and everyone is under fire at the moment. You are really, and we are with you, I am with you, crossing my fingers for your personal health and welfare, but political, we are all under fire. Democracy, welfare in Europe is under fire. And this is a thing, I think, also, which must be transported to Ukrainian society, that there is a solidarity and a few in the West too, also shown we are our common project.
Yes, Wolfgang, I totally agree with you, and thank you for your words. And I think that it's really a threat for democracy, because it was prepared. It was prepared in very detailed way. Like okay, first of all, with the start of the war, I must say that on the occupied region, they lost the connection, the mobile connection, and they created their whole new cell network, and they gave the numbers, these special numbers to all the population. And you cannot contact to this number only through the internet. So you only can use Viber or whatever, like where the person is registered. So, and to those numbers, they got the messages like when the attacks will be, when they will not have electricity. They received the messages that Ukraine is attacking the occupied regions. And it was very thought through. Like you cannot, like when you receive the message and then next day you see in the news that something happened. Like it happened several days ago when on the occupied territory they informed that they will not have electricity. And the next day, there was a shelling, and the electricity line was damaged. So here we understand that this is done by Russian Federation, but there they are told that this is Ukraine attacking them, and this is dangerous. This propaganda, it spreads, and I think it's like Russian propaganda is spreads already in Europe as well. It's not only in Ukraine. And I wonder why nothing is done to stop it.
Yeah.
Because yesterday I read in the social networks again, like an expert and a media expert and like an acquaintance of mine, he wrote that the idea is not to oppose the propaganda, is not to create your these ruining, yes, of this propaganda, but creating your own ideology and creating your own strategy and your own values, and to support this value. So this is how it is created. And now we just I don't know what to do, because this is a personal tragedy for many families that come from Donbas, because now families are separated. Like many families are separated because one family believes that Ukraine, they support Ukraine, and one part of the family, they support Russia. And this this misunderstanding, and how to act in this war, and when you need to make a decision whether to stop communication with your relatives because of the war. This is where tragedy comes, and this is very hard. And this morning was describable, because I cannot describe this feeling. It's very hard psychologically.
Yeah, I think that I'm absolutely, Kateryna, absolutely with you. I think we will continue this Media Dialogue TV extras in the next days, also together with New Europeans, to bring it to the West with live discussions every day about the situation, to inform the audience. And I think for the whole future, for the next years, we have to think about, talk about, and fight against propaganda, hate speech, and all the things. We will work also on our project, but the audience has to see how important is it to prevent the Third World War. It's a hard word, but this is also a possible thing when I see what Putin tries tries to do. And so, thank you very much to Kyiv, and all the best for you, to Yevhen Cymbalenko, to your rector, to all the professors. We are working together, and we are connected, and this is great. And we are with you, crossing all our fingers, and crossing for Ukraine, and doing all the best for the future of Ukraine and for the future of Europe in this way. So thank you very much, Kateryna.
Thank you, Wolfgang.